Welcome back to Insibles, everyone. So I'm going to go with you guys in the S&P 500. Again, this is the SPY. As you guys can see, we had a negative CPI anticipated on Thursday as the White House came out and said that we're probably going to have a negative CPI coming out on Friday, basically. And again, they mentioned that we are very likely to have a negative CPI coming out. And we did have anticipation, and we very much knew that that was very likely. Going into Friday, we did have a gap down in pre-market as, again, our CPI came out higher than many people even expected. Over 52 professional analysts thought that we're going to have at worst an 8.5 CPI, and we had an 8.6 CPI. Again, 2 CPIs ago, we had an 8.5 CPI, and then the next CPI, we had an expectation of 8.0, and we went to 8.3, which wasn't exactly as much of a decrease as we were looking for from 8.5 because the expectation was at 8.0, and then we had an expectation this week at 8.2. We had an overshoot at 8.6, jumping above as the highest CPI of the year. So we had a major pullback because of that. And again, very much anticipating that, as again, the White House did say on Thursday that that was going to happen on Friday. So again, a very nice play if you guys did follow that news. Now, the question is, where exactly may we be headed next? What are we looking for a possible reversal? Where exactly should we be going long as we are leading into our third Fed rate hike this Wednesday? Again, our second 50-point base rate hike that is expected this Wednesday. And then we have triple witching on Friday. I'm going to go over all of this with you guys. And if you guys are day traders, or you guys are looking for intraday perspective breakouts throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and only for $15 a month, you guys will never miss a breakout alert today again. So let's jump into this one. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the S&P, as you guys can see, again, we did test the upper end and the lower end of our channel. We have been continuously bouncing off of this. We had our bounce a couple weeks ago on 2 hammer candles coming out that we did talk about. Now, I would ask myself at this point, are we overbought or are we oversold, as we are having a pullback and we would be looking for a possible invert head and shoulder? However, we could get undercut here and we could drop into lower lows. What I would be looking for if we did have a continuation on lower, again, a lot of people anticipating this since we do have an increase in CPI. Again, 2 CPIs ago, we had an 8.5, and then we dropped down to 8.3, our recent CPI. And then on Friday, we had an increase in CPI, which is an increase in inflation. So again, we may have an overreaction to the downside as we are on our RSI, not oversold. We are pointing down. So if we did drop down and we did continue on lower, I would be looking to see if we can get oversold. And then looking for bullish divergence from there. As you guys can see, we could have a possible spike above our previous oversold point, and this would be the play in my opinion. If you're looking for that possible move here, when exactly should I go long? Well, as you guys can see, we have lower lows previously to higher lows, and if we did get lower lows here in the market, then that would show us bullish divergence, and we would be looking for that possible move and that confirmation on those bullish divergence if we jumped out of oversold and again got that confirmation breaking back into play here. So that's exactly what we'll be looking for a possible move, and that is a very, very technical play. If you guys do find bullish divergence on moves, this is exactly what I'd be looking for. Now, that doesn't mean that we cannot continue on down and then continue with consolidation, possibly lower here, and then possibly get those bullish divergence later, and then we do have higher lows, and that does happen. So again, very much looking for that confirmation breaking above and out of oversold is the move that we would be looking for here. Now, looking at the MACD, as you guys can see, we have been getting our white shaded lines again, our decrease in buy pressure, showing us that shift in momentum, not necessarily showing us a big move to the downside, however, showing us that we could continue on lower, especially if these email lines do cross back down below, and then we come back over, and then we possibly cross back above later on, and then we get above our median of our MACD. Again, the median of our MACD here in the middle here, looking to see if we can cross above, and looking for increases in buy pressure would give us even more confirmation on a large rally in the market. So again, looking to see if we are going to continue on lower, drop out of this possible invert head and shoulder, get oversold, and then possibly get that bullish divergence for that nice play, nice swings or possible longs. People may argue against longs at that point, but I definitely would say that there's going to be a lot of swings at this point if we could get these bullish divergence. Again, lower lows to higher lows, as we do have lower lows here in the market, showing us that divergence on momentum that we could be shifting in. So again, that is why I mentioned, as we do have triple witching on Friday, a lot of repositioning, trillions of dollars repositioning, and they could possibly go long on these bullish divergence. That will be something to look out for, because if that does happen, we have an overreaction with a lot of calls that were made, and we do get oversold back out of oversold, and then we do get that momentum, then we could have that large rally as we did previously. As you guys can see, we have these 2 points dropping into lower lows in our candles, and then we did have higher lows here on the RSI, showing us that bullish divergence as we were oversold. Again, as you guys can see, we were oversold. We got higher lows here, and then we got lower lows here in the market, showing us those bullish divergence and very much giving us that confirmation on that move that we got here. So again, that is what we would be looking for a possible move. But again, making sure we do get oversold and then jumping back out of oversold and then jumping back into play here to have that nice move. And again, as you guys can see here, we did still continue on lower. So again, I would say this is more of a swing slash half long play here, and no guarantee that we would necessarily continue on higher from here, because again, if we do have continuations on negative CPIs, then we could get a possible rejection on the upper end of our channel. So this is exactly what we'd be looking for. And again, there's no guarantee that this would be necessarily a straight shot up. We could possibly come up, consolidate. We would need to break these levels probably, and then try to break these levels. And a lot of people will be indecisive at that point. And then we'd be looking to see if we can test the upper end of our channel here. And while a lot of people would be indecisive at this point, we would have known that that confirmation was here when we jumped from oversold back into play here, as we did have bullish divergence. Now, again, with all of this said, we need to make sure we do stay updated on anything that happens within the world. If anything happens with a large increase in monkeypox cases that turn into a large COVID outbreak, and then we just completely shut down for some crazy reason, then of course we would have rejections before we jump above these levels. So also watching what happens in the economy, of course, is going to be very key as always. And again, our third Fed rate hike coming up this Wednesday, and then triple witching trillions of dollars of repositioning, as it's a large expiration for options. So we'll see exactly how the market reacts this week. Again, just letting the plays come to us and staying patient, taking what the market gives us as always. Now, again, with that said, if you guys are day traders or you guys are looking for intraday perspective breakouts that we mentioned throughout the day, go to instabulls.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. And again, all of you instabulls that come over every single day and support the channel, again, just staying focused on these possible oversold signals here. If we do get oversold again, dropping into lower lows, and then we do get higher lows here on the RSI, then that would show us that move for a possible continuation on higher. Again, oversold, dropping into higher lows here on the RSI, and then getting lower highs here on our price action. Looking for that possible move on the RSI to jump out of oversold is what exactly we would be looking for here. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.